I'm very pleased to welcome Mary Wong, who is the president of the Office Depot Foundation. Mary.
All right. As you imagine, the Office Depot Foundation, all of you know who we are. I think all of you have worked with us, or many of you have partnered with us. And first and foremost, I want to say thank you. We had 2 weeks ago, we had a sample sale at the Office Depot home office. And samples, it was like a big garage sale, let's just put it that way. But in order to get that, what we did is we put all the samples into the auditorium, and we had over 30 nonprofits come and help us, have them come and help us sell the product. There's 2,000 people at Office Depot in the home office. When we opened up the doors, is Karen here? When the doors opened, it was like dollar days at Target. But the point being was that without those 30 organizations, we could never, but we raised $41,000 from that. And from that, what we were able to do was give 25,000 of that back to the organizations that helped us that day. Or actually it was 2 days. And for those of you that stayed till 3 o'clock in the morning, thank you. I'm a little anal that way. So what happened was that our grant makers, like most grant makers, cash grants, in-kind donations, but really the third part, I think, of a holistic organization is not just giving cash and in-kind. It's also being able to help educate and also offer volunteerism. Volunteerism now and in-kind has taken on a much, much different viewpoint in the world of giving. There used to be a day when we would say, hi, we can give you $200 and I can give you $500 of in-kind product. Oh, okay, I'll take it. Now, it's like, I'd rather have the product than the money. But volunteerism, each and every one of you in this room have something to offer. Your brain trust alone is worth a lot of money in this market because you've been through so much. And I think that what people don't understand is volunteerism is going to be a way for us to be able to take what we can't necessarily fund from all of us up here. And let's face it, money is not king anymore, and money is very, very tight. So we have to find innovative ways to figure out how we're going to make and build and capacity build and be sustainable. So, Kate, you want to switch it? Many of you are probably aware that President Obama has called on all the communities this summer, and he called it United We Serve. And this is what we all got. And the initiative is going to run for 81 days. And it's leading up to the National Day of Service, which is going to be September 11th. And that's going to be the new day of service. And what they're asking for is that each and every one of you and all your constituents, your families, your children, all get into the act of volunteerism. I think that's lovely, and congratulations, but I'm not sure everybody understands what that means and how they're supposed to do that, and I don't know that there's an infrastructure all in place. This is not a political statement. This is just a fact. This is a lot of work because it still takes money to do these things. It still takes manpower, and you guys are short-staffed, and it's like, how do we do all this? So I'm asking that we all do it, but we do it smartly, and I think that's why I think the conference that we should put it together and discuss how we want to do it. You can go to the next slide. We have recognized that volunteerism through our history has been very, very important. Our associates have done it, and we have encouraged them to volunteer. And we've been able to accomplish some really great things with that. If you go to the next slide. But building on this tradition of caring, what we have done is we've worked on a way to strengthen our communities. And we have created a user-friendly site that's called the Caring Connection. It's underneath our foundation, which is www.officedepotfoundation.com. As you all are aware, I've said it 50 million times, we are, yes, the Office Depot Foundation, but I am separate from the foundation. I'm in my own corporation. I'm just like all of you. I am a public nonprofit. I have to go raise money. Office Depot gives me some money, but not a lot, and we certainly, just like Eric was talking about, had to tighten our belts too. We are presenting the Caring Connection in collaboration with VolunteerMatch, and the website provides almost 70,000 different opportunities for you to be able to go on to. And the Caring Connection, I think, is a great resource for this community because a lot of people have helped in helping us create this. This has taken 7 years to build. One of the things that we kept challenging VolunteerMatch with was we don't want this to be internal, we want it to be external. I don't understand why we have to just keep it to Office Depot. Why can't it just be that anybody can use it? Now, please keep in mind that this was before Serve Nation, this was before all these other things that came out. Whatever form you use, I don't care. This is free. Anybody can use it. Anybody can go on it. And I think that, you can go to the next slide. What we have done is we've kicked off the program on March 14th. We did it at the Y, and what we did is we built 2,400 boxes for the kids that have aged out of the foster care system. I think the bigger piece on that was, yes, it was a great way to kick it off, but we had 105 volunteers show up. Many of you were part of that. It was not all Office Depot employees. It was, and the age range was between 5 and 81. The 81-year-old man that was from the American Legion was the best volunteer I've ever worked with. Well, Vicki will tell you, it was the best volunteer we ever were. He, 400 boxers per hour, we stocked and did, and this man was at the end of the line, stacking him on the pallet, and I kept saying, sir, don't you want to sit down? I think I'm very worried. You're heart attack. Missy, don't tell me what to do. I used to run a warehouse. I'm like, okay. So, but the point being was, but from that, I met Karen. We worked with Karen. I met with Vicki. Vicki's new, from Vicki Pugh and her new thing. A lot of new partnerships were done, and 2 new programs were developed out of that. And that's what happens with volunteerism. I think what happens, and what happened from that was some of the kids that were there said, and they kept calling me Miss Mary, so I feel really old. But I was like, Miss Mary, why can't we come and volunteer with you at the Office Depot? And I'm like, well, I guess you can. I got no money, but I guess you can. And I said, so this summer, we have a total of 12 middle school kids that come every day, dressed in very professionally, and they work from 9 to 5 every day. And we have a program for them. 2 dropped out, and the rest are here. And at the end of their run, they'll be doing presentations to the board of directors. Don't think that those board of directors won't be helping them with other things that they have. I mean, they've endeared themselves very nicely with everybody. You can go to the next slide. We have the ability to feature new items on the homepage. A lot of you in the audience have been very, very helpful in helping us put this together. And if you have an opportunity that you want volunteers for, or you need volunteers for, we actually met with VolunteerMatch when we were up in San Francisco. We're going to be doing some enhancements to this to make it a little bit easier for everybody to put it up, but we can do it right away. I need your help because I think that when people are, especially teenagers, I don't necessarily think kids understand why they do this. And so I think that one of the things is you kind of have to make it engaging. You have to make the front page look, I mean, it's okay. So I think that what we need to do is if you guys have some suggestions, that way we sure could use them. And if you have technical help, we sure could use that. But if the point being here is that there's 70,000 opportunities right now nationwide that are posted here, and all of you can do your own postings on here. So there's no need to reinvent the wheel. You can go to the next slide, Kate. I think what is this the other one? This slide represents all of just a sampling of what that is, and then you can go to the next slide. That right there is the example of the ways that you can narrow down your search. So basically what you do is you put in your name, your zip code, and what area that interests you. And so you can say, my name is Mary Wong, I live 33463, and I'd like to read to kids on Mondays and Fridays. And all of those nonprofits, so you should be listed in here, come up. And then they put that in, an email will go to you, and then you pick and you screen your volunteers. You can go to the next slide, Kate. If a person wants to volunteer, you can also then, after you put in your name and your zip code, what happens after that is you've created your own volunteer account, and it's all password protected. So over whatever you decide to do, for whatever you want to do, it just keeps a running total of all your hours, everything you've been able to, whatever you've been able to do. It shows the areas that you've done. But if you're the organization that has it, it also will print out, you're also able to print out reports that will show you areas of interest, the areas that the people that are sending in the stuff to you, what they want to do. So you can kind of target your areas of volunteerism to that. And again, it's free. I've already paid for it, so it's my gift to all of you. But I think what bigger part is that it's a bigger way for us to strengthen our community and work together on that.